All right, Rachel, I'm going to go jump on my laptop. I'll be right over for you if you need anything.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, y'all. Just a quick audio test, making sure everybody can still hear us. We are going to get started. We've got a jam-packed hour for you. Rachel's going to go for about 55 minutes. She is going to cover social media. Rachel is a social media guru. Rachel, correct me if I'm wrong, but over 100 referrals on social media last year alone. Is that correct?
Yeah, 131 referrals last year.
So who would like 131 extra pieces of business? If we could get some cameras on so we could see those hands up, that would be perfect, because then I could see that you would all like 131 pieces of business. Make sure that we get those cameras on. It's super, super hard to teach and super hard to interact with black boxes. So if we could get those cameras going, make sure you're interacting with chat. This is participatory. Rachel, anything you want to add before I send it over to you to take it away?
Just quick check. So for when you talk, Amber, it's a little bit muddled for me. Am I muddled for anybody else? Or is it?
You sound perfectly clear to me. It could just be my headphones.
Okay.
My office, but not office. So you sound perfect to us. We've got in chat that you are clear.
Cool. James says I'm clear. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and start if you're good with that.
Yeah,
and you guys are in Tampa, right?
Yes, we are here in Northwest Tampa.
Awesome. Okay, so it's 10 o'clock for me, 1 o'clock for you, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Okay, sweet. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Yeah, okay. I heard Amber mumbled too, so I was like, is it my side, your side? Okay, no worries. As long as you guys can hear me, we are good. My name is Rachel Adams-Lee, and I'm super excited to get to hang with you for the next hour today. I'm coming to you guys live from Northern California. And I'm really excited for today. So we are going to be doing a mini little masterclass on social media today. Normally this is an 8-week course, but I'm chunking it down into like 55 minutes for you. You're going to get a ton of information thrown at you. Lots of tips and tricks for how to build a business. Obviously, none of us would have expected we're living through a pandemic, and yet here we are. So I'm going to walk you through how I built this business. I'm structured and really like a lot about just being proactive in my real estate business and social media to have what we have today and hopefully inspire you to do the same. All right. So first things first, I love interaction. So there's a little chat box. I'm going to be asking you questions. I would love for you to participate. How you guys participate here is how we participate everywhere. So I would absolutely love for you to, when I ask a question, show up, share with me, have your cameras on. I'm going to bring lots of energy for you, and it really helps to have it come right back my way. All right. So who the heck am I and why are you listening to me today? So my name's Rachel and I've been in real estate about 9 years now. I got into real estate in 2012 when there was short sales, there was REOs, and everybody said, do not go into real estate, including my dad. My grandma was a real estate broker. My dad was a real estate broker. And I always said I would never, ever even go into real estate. Famous last words of a kid, I feel like. When I started real estate, I started it really old school. So I was door knocking 200 doors a week and doing 3 open houses a week. And it was super duper intense. And to be honest with you, I didn't sell a house for those first 4 months. I almost think of my business kind of like a toy car, right? So you have the toy car and you're sitting there and you're like doing the right things, doing the right things, doing the right thing, doing the right thing, doing the right thing, but like nothing's happening. There's no like forward movement. But when you're continually doing the right things, as soon as you let go, it kind of takes off. And that's really sort of how I feel about my career. So the first year in real estate, even though I didn't sell any houses those first 4 months, I sold 39 houses the first year, then 109, then 123. So 3 years in, I landed as Wall Street Journal's top 1,000 agents in the country. Still had that designation today. Right now, we're number 43 for small teams. And I'm still the lead listing agent, so I'm still in production. My business coach has been telling me literally forever. He's like, you need to, not be in sales anymore. You need to find a replacement. And I'm like, thank you so much for your opinion. And I still am in sales. So I love it. It's hard for me to get out of it. I now run 4 different 6-figure businesses. Real estate's obviously 7-figure, but 6-figure businesses, and all of them are through social media. I ended up writing a book. I had gone through a lot of personal growth those first 3 years in real estate. So I ended up writing a book about that. I love traveling. Normally it would be in your office about 60% of the year we were traveling, and then COVID hit and it kind of like rocked things a little. So I do these Zooms right now from my home. And if you guys follow me on social at all, you'll know I'm married to the most attractive man in America, Brian Lee. And I'm a new mama. My little guy is 23 months. I don't know when I'm going to stop saying I'm a new mama. He'll be like 18 years old and I'll be like, I'm brand new. And I'm also obsessed with Nutella and pineapples, but not at the same time, not together. All right, so this is my real estate team. Our team slogan is we live here, we work here, we're here for you. Why? Because we live in the community, we work in the community, and we're here for the community. I firmly believe that your marketing, right? What you put out there is simply a reflection of who we are on the inside. And a lot of times people aren't clear on their message. And so that slogan, that saying, it's literally with us on every postcard that we have, every postcard that we do, every script practice that we have, when we're circle prospecting, when we're door knocking on our listing panels. And you'll notice one thing with my marketing as it's very crisp and it's very consistent. Same headshot on everything, same feel. And my reason for that is I want to give people something to trust. There's so many agents who get in this business and get right the heck back out. And there's a reason that people you go to a listing appointment and they're not using the realtor that sold them the house because they didn't keep in touch with them. So my goal for today is to walk you through how I built this business, the 7-figure business with social media. I'm going to give you some actual posts and things that you can use to help build your business, get lots of interaction, hopefully gain some new followers and friends, and build a deeper relationship with those you're already in connection with, but maybe you're not seeing their content. I'm also going to give you some actual content, some pieces you can put on your social feed today, and we'll be ready to roll. So we're basically in a rock for about 40 minutes. Then I've got an opportunity I'm going to share with you guys. And then we're also going to, if we have any time left over, we'll jump into Q&A. I do have another Zoom on the hour right after this. So I have to pop over to them, but they're obviously not going to be as cool as you guys. All right, so we're going to jump into my model. First thing though, before I jump into this, I'm very curious. So of the people, so right now we've got, how many of you are on here? There's 29 on here. I have 2 questions for you and you can put it in the chat for me, please. Number 1, what social platform are you using? Are you using Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn? Like what platform are you using? And then second part to that question is how many referrals did you receive last year through social media? Now, I asked this question because I kind of want to get a gauge for my audience to see who I'm talking to and how I can help. Okay, so we've got lots of Facebooks, maybe 2 referrals, brand new. Awesome. I love my newbies. First year. Cool. Okay. Well, we got a lot of new ones on here. Awesome. You guys, you're in the right place. Okay, cool. Okay, so first things first, we're going to kind of walk through my model. This is literally how I built the business. All my businesses truly, because the model kind of translates whether you're in real estate or any other business. My goal is for you to learn this model. And for the people who are saying no referrals, this is for you to build referral network. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to get referrals from your local community and how to get referrals from other agents around the country. So first thing, I want you to pick your 5 passions. I want you to, a lot of people are like, I don't know even where to start. Like, I'm not sure what to talk about. And they kind of like fly by the seat of their pants when they're posting. So I am really big on being proactive in my real estate business. And it's the same thing with my social media. For me, I think about like, you know, when I am, okay, how do I say this? Okay. So with real estate, right? We're in a reactive business. There's always going to be somebody who needs you. Your phone's ringing because the lockbox didn't get installed. The appraiser's there. The sign's not, like, you know, seller's pissed. Like, there's always something in real estate. And we tend to be like, I have to fix it. So you drop whatever you're doing and you go address it. And what I've learned is there's always going to be something happening in real estate, but their emergency doesn't have to be my emergency, right? So what I've learned about this is to be proactive, to set up systems and tools and have admin and people in place to help. Same thing with social media. So first thing I want you to do, number 1, is I want you to write down 1 through 5. 1 through 5. And you're going to write down, you're going to be figuring out your passions, your 5 things you're going to write about, talk about, share on social media. Number 1, I'm going to make it really easy. You're going to write down real estate because that's the industry we're in. And then 2 through 5, that's really going to be up to you. Maybe you like clean eating and working out. You'd write that down. Maybe you like hunting and fishing. You write that down. Maybe you like travel. Maybe you like DIY. If you're married and you have kids, hopefully you like them. You put that down, right? Your goal is to have 5 different things that you can talk about, share about, and connect with on social media. And I want you thinking like, okay, so a lot of times people will come to me and be like, Rach, I have 4. I can't figure out my 5th one. So I want you to think about when you're on social media, when you're scrolling, what stops you? What grabs you? The goal is to stop the scroll. The goal is to stop the scroll, and write that down because that's really important. And so usually if you're on social and you stop, it's because something has impacted you and you want to respond. So it's likely something that you're passionate about. And if you still can't figure it out, then when you're done with this class, I want you to call one of your good friends and be like, hey, I have this social media challenge and I need you. I was challenged to come up with 5 things I'm passionate about, and I only can come up with 4. Guarantee you, they're not even going to skip a beat. They're going to be able to tell you your 5th thing you're passionate about. And what you're doing is you're coming up with the 5 different things you're going to talk about on social. And, you know, if you look, say you look on my Instagram and you look at my grid, right, the little squares, you're literally going to see the things I'm passionate about. And you're going to see it's going to be like marriage and family, real estate, personal growth, entrepreneur life. And you're going to see me talk about like postpartum, and all the lumps and bumps and things that happen as being a new mom. I'm really transparent about that because I'm big on kind of the self-love movement. I've always had like body issues and things like that. So as I'm learning to love myself, I'm bringing people along for the journey. And we're currently trying for baby number 2. So we're on all the fertility meds and all the hormones. Sorry for my husband. But, you know, being able to share that kind of stuff is really empowering because, you know, I was okay with like silently struggling. I was like, I can handle this. I can do hard, but that if anyone else was doing it alone, I couldn't handle that. So I wanted to lend my voice. And it sounds really weird, but like I've gotten quite a few referrals from other people who are like in the process of IVF or doing fertility meds or any of that, because we have something in common. This is the thing. People work with people they like. People work with people they like, and they like you guys, but they need to know who you are. They need to know what makes you tick. They need to know why they'd be friends with you. People get stuck in the space of like, I have to talk about real estate. I'm an ultimate professional. Like, you can be a professional in real estate and still be a human, still be a person. Number 2, post first thing in the morning. So if you go on and you Google best times to post on social media, you might get someone saying, oh, well, in the algorithm, the best time to post is 5:12 in the morning to 6:14 a.m. Don't worry about that. Now, let's discuss what the algorithm is, because it's kind of like this big, confusing, sexy word that people like don't understand. The algorithm, simply put, is the impact and influence that you have on social media. It's how much eyes go on your content. And to break it down even further, I want you to think about Instagram. You can make a post on Instagram, you can comment, you can like something, you can send a direct message, you can send an audio text, you can do IGTV, you can do a reel, you can go live, right? I just named like 8 different things that you can do on social. And I want you to think of all of those things like a tool, and you're going to be rewarded by the algorithm, meaning more people seeing your content when you're using the tools. So the first thing you're going to do when you wake up is you're going to post. Now, obviously you have a life, you have, workouts, breakfast for kids, like whatever. What I'm saying is when you get to your social media part, that's when you're going to do it. There's this weird like pressure and stress with social media that's unnecessary, but it's a big part of it. And this like comparison culture is so freaking real. And what happens is, for a lot of us, we wake up in the morning, we look at our phone and we start scrolling, and we're seeing the people who have just sold a house that morning, who just closed on a home, or their beautiful family photo, or the workout this person just completed, or the vacation they're on, or like and you start to see everything everyone's already doing. And you're like, oh my gosh, I'm already behind. I am waking up for the day and I already feel like crap. No more, you guys. We're not going to have that happen. What you're going to do, like how I talk about being proactive, I'm going to write this in the chat box. I use an app called Google Keep. That's where I prep my posts. That's where I store my hashtags. That's where I have photos. Like that's where I prep my social media. So my rule is, before I wake up, when I wake up in the morning and it's time for social media, I make my post first, and then I allow myself time to scroll. But I really want to encourage you to set some boundaries around it, because if you get on social and all of a sudden you're like on it, and all of a sudden you realize it's been like 2 hours and you're like, oh my gosh, I was just going to look for 5 minutes. That happens. And that's not productive. That's not a productive use of your time. So if you post first thing in the morning, I like set it like a 15-minute timer. Give yourself some time to scroll, do what you want to do. But I want you to be intentional about your time on social media. When you're on social, I want it to equal your business growing and getting new referrals. Number 3, how much are we talking about real estate versus personal? So I want you to abide by the 80-20 rule. 80% of what I'm posting, it's personal. It's what I'm doing, what I'm reading, what I'm eating. It's where I'm going. It's who I am. It's what makes me tick. 20%, that's going to be my business. That's going to be my real estate. But listen to me. You don't have to say like, look at my house I just sold. Look at my happy clients. Look at me. Look at me. Look at my award. What happens a lot of times is people are so concerned with being like professional and showing all their real estate accolades and all of that, that people are like, they're just out to get something. They don't even care who I am. They're just making a post so I congratulate them and tell them how great they are. And the problem is, like, I got into real estate when I was 26. Everybody said we were like used car salesmen. We were slimy. And I'm like, why do people think that? And I realized it was because so many people were about what they could get, how much money they could make. This is about how many families we can help. People are trusting us with the biggest financial decision they'll ever make in their entire life, you guys, and they're trusting us. The least we can do is be there for them, right? So 20% of what I'm posting about is business, but it's literally, you could do a screenshot today of this and tag me on social media and be like, learning from a top agent in the country today, how to build my business through social media. I always want to make sure I'm top of my game for you. By the way, who do you know who's looking to buy or sell? The market is on fire. Drop in some emojis. That's a real estate post. It doesn't have to shove it down their throat, you guys, that you're in real estate. Like, they know you're in real estate. Number 2, or second part of that, 2 kinds of pages. People are often asking me like, Rachel, do I need a business page or a personal page? Like, what's kind of the rule with this? And for me, you need both. I'm gonna use Facebook for my example. When I started in real estate, I started with Facebook, then I moved on to Instagram, and then I moved on to YouTube. And so for Facebook, I told, so when I first started in social media and really started to focus on it, I got 17 referrals the first year, then it was 30, then it was 50, then 100. I mean, last year was 131 referrals, 131, right? So every one of those referrals, all 131, they came to my personal page. Why is that? Simply, people work with people they like and they like you, right? But I do need to have a business page, which means you do as well. And your reason for that, simply, it's going to be that credibility. If you type in Rachel Adams Lee Realtor, you're going to see my business platform come up on Facebook, because that's where I have reviews. That's where I have testimonials. And that is where, if I want to do a paid ad, that's where I do it from, which means Google loves your money, and they love when you spend money, right? So they're going to give more street cred to that business page. So personal page is really important, but business is really important for that credibility. Jen got kicked off. She just said, what is Google Keep? It's the app that I use to organize my social media posts and store my hashtags. It's really cool too, because like I use it for tracking and keeping notes, but you also can collaborate and add someone to it. So like I have grocery lists on there that I have with my husband. So if and you can add milk or take, in real time, you can edit it. And so it's pretty cool. Okay, so Michael just said, am I using Command to post my ads? Yes. So I use on Facebook when I'm doing an ad for a listing, I use Command. So that is my platform of what I do. I tag it. I use my Facebook and Command for my listings. Correct. Okay, number 4, how often are we posting? So with my real estate team, if you join my team, as you can imagine, we're pretty heavy on social. So if you joined my real estate team, you would be signing a social media addendum. What that says is that you're going to be posting 3 times a week. Obviously, we have criteria for how we post. But what we do is on Mondays, every Monday, when we do our team call, we say something great that happened over the weekend. We set our goal for the upcoming week. And we say our 3 social media posts we're going to make that week. Now, I don't expect my team to do as much as me, but I do have a standard, right? And the reason I have them tell me on the team call is we're proactive, right? We're proactive, not reactive, which means I have them looking at their calendar and seeing what opportunities they have to create content within their 5 passions. And I want them to go tick, 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 right? We go through each of our passions, because you have different people who follow you for different reasons. Like, I hate to break it to you, most people that are following you that are not in real estate, they're not following you because you sell houses. They don't care that you sell houses. They're following you because of who you are and how you make them feel. And so whenever I go on social, I always think like, what value can I add to others? How am I going to bring goodness to other people so that they're going to want to hang with me, be on my platform, come comment, come like, come engage, and see what I'm doing. And then, by the way, when it comes time for them to want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, they're going to come to me. So I just kind of an example, I got this wild hair like 2 weeks ago on a Sunday night, and I was sitting on our couch and I was like, babe, I think that I want to trade our couch out for a lighter couch. And my husband is like, Rachel, our couch is like 1.5 years old. I'm like, no, I totally understand that. Also, hear me out. I was like, I just feel like we need a lighter vibe. And he's like, okay, like totally used to my crazy. By Sunday, or this was Sunday night, by like Monday afternoon, I had an entire new living room. You guys, I had like the couch, the rug, the curtains, the lamp, like everything picked out, which meant that all the stuff we currently had, I needed to sell on Facebook Marketplace. So I told people what I was doing. I put it on Facebook Marketplace, and then I started to have some like weirdo, I don't know if anyone has sold on Facebook Marketplace there, but I've got some like weird experiences. So I made like this little rant on social about it. And I had a bunch of people commenting about their experiences, and a lot of them are realtors, right? And so I have people commenting about a couch and connecting with me. And the funny thing was last Friday, so what day are we now? Tuesday. Okay. Yeah. So last Friday I got a call, and he was like, you're that couch realtor, right? And I was like, sorry. And he said, yeah, I was referred to your name. He said, there was a girl in my office. I was asking at a team meeting if anybody knew an agent in Sacramento. And this woman said, yeah, the couch realtor. What's her name? She's selling her couch right now on Facebook. And this is the thing. They called me the couch realtor. But you know what? I'm in their head. They're thinking about me. Why? Because I'm relatable. I'm redoing my living room. I'm selling stuff. People are weird on Facebook. So I'm talking about that, but I made an impression. So it doesn't have to always be real estate related. If you're consistent with your message and who you are, and you're sharing what you're doing in your life, people want to come along for that journey. All right. 5, 6, and 7 are pretty heavy on hitting the algorithm. And my goal is for you to build your following, but also we can't ignore the people who we're currently friends with. So number 5, time block for response time. So this little buddy right here, this can be like our best friend or our absolute worst nightmare, right? And we're in real estate, so it's always going. But I time block for my response time. So what this means is I have so when I make my post first thing in the morning, right? So I make my post first thing in the morning, and then 1 hour, you set your calendar, 1 hour after you make your post, you're going to go back in and you're going to engage with the people who commented. If they commented, if they liked it, you're going to engage with them. What that does is you make your post, you made a tool. You comment, you hit another tool. You like, you hit another tool. You send direct messages to the people who liked your stuff, you're hitting another tool. So what's happening now is social is going, oh, she's using our stuff. Let's give her some more eyes. At this very moment, 7 to 10% of your friends are seeing what you're doing. 7 to 10% of your friends, okay? And so what that means is you have all these people, and especially after this class, you're going to want to create all this awesome content, and the same people see your stuff over and over. This is the deal. If you're not seeing them, they're not seeing you. And how crummy is that? You're going to spend all this time writing this killer content and no one's going to see it, the same people. So we have to get outside of our comfort zone and get new people seeing your content, because that's new opportunities for referrals you could get to build your business. So you're going to time block 1 hour after you make your post. And then what I do is 1 hour before the end of the day. For me, it's like after emails and after appointments, I go back into social and I engage with everybody who is on my post. Now, that is not like, oh, that's not my lead gen time. I set up it separately for that, which I'll talk about in a second. But that is my way to make sure that I'm engaging with the people who are taking the time to engage with me. Okay, Lynn says, are all of my contacts for my personal page on my business page, or do I separate them? So a lot of people get stuck on the business page, you guys. You're not going to get referrals from your business page. You're not. You're going to get credibility from that thing. I am much more concerned with my personal page. I probably share something from my business page to my personal page like once a month or twice a month, only strictly for credibility. But I mean, I've had really good friends of mine who've paid a lot of money to have a ton of followers on their business page because they want that to look like really important, but they don't get the referrals from it. They just look like they have it. And people get stuck on these, what's called like vanity metrics, where they're like, oh my gosh, look how many likes she has. Likes don't equal referrals. So for me, I make sure that when I'm connecting with people, it's on my personal page. And then every now and again, I'll do like a little campaign to have people like my business page, like maybe a $5 Starbucks card or something like that. But really I focus more on that personal page and I do not separate them. If they choose to like my business page, fantastic. Most people who like your business page, you guys, they're going to be other realtors, but they're not going to give you a referral to your business page. They're going to give you a referral to your personal page. Number 6, engage. The point of social media is connection and engagement. So what you do is, this is where your lead gen piece comes in. So when somebody comments on your post, you usually you comment back, right? But the missed opportunity here is likes. They're likes. So what I do is when I have a post that I want to do lead gen with, I will literally click on the post on my computer, scroll over the names of the people who, and then click on the likes, scroll over the names of the people who liked it, copy it, and then paste it onto a Word doc. I then print the Word doc out and I have a highlighter and I simply go through and I'm highlighting after I've engaged. Now let's talk about engagement. Say that I'm talking to Michael, okay? And Michael commented on my anniversary post with Ryan. I would reach out to Michael, but because we're proactive, I look at Michael and I see what's happening in his world first. And maybe his son, Johnny, just graduated from kindergarten, right? I'd say, hey, Michael, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And this is in a private message because I want to hit an algorithm. So I would literally say, hey, Michael, Oh my gosh, thank you so much for connecting with me on my anniversary post. We had the best time in Tahoe. I saw little Johnny just graduated from kindergarten. What a huge milestone for you and your family. Do you guys have any trips coming up this year? Like any trips for the rest of summer planned? That's engagement. That's how I start my relationships with people and connect with them. I'm never reaching out and I'm like, hey, Michael, so good to hear from you. Are you thinking of buying or selling or investing in real estate? Gross, you guys. Don't be that realtor. There's plenty of them out there and it does not have to be you. Daniel says, so doing a paid ad via command is obsolete as it is connected to your Facebook business page. So I don't know if I totally understand that question. Is obsolete. I know that command goes through Facebook and that's how we do our ads. So it's through my Facebook and I know I get more eyes on the website and my listings because of command and that whole process. But I'm not totally sure what you're saying. So let me know. I'm not putting a command ad on my business page to like get followers or anything.
We've been told that to generate leads and to get people involved and possibly getting listings under your belt is to go through the ad campaign because there's a relationship between KW and Facebook. But from what I'm hearing, what you just said was that you don't use the business page because nobody really.
Oh, sorry. Great question. So you can't do a command ad on a personal page. So I only do ads through my business page because that's the only way that I can do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so I'm not using my business page to try to like get community referrals. I strictly have my business page for credibility. And when I make a command ad, the only way I can do it is through my business page. But when I make that ad, my intention is to have people see the specific listing that I'm talking about. Does that make sense?
Somewhat.
Okay. I don't know how else to explain it, but that I like the referrals that I get are from other agents and my community. They're warm referrals. I'm not like people paying for ads. Like you can pay for ads all day long. That's not what this class is about. This ad is about getting like genuine connections and referrals because of you, who you are, not your business platform. So that's what I'm saying. All right, number 7. And this one's really important. This is Rachel's rule of 555. So like I said, we have a very limited amount of people that are seeing our content. Obviously I want to help you build your following, but the thing is you have so many friends and people you're connected with who like you, who would want to refer business to you, but who can't because they're not seeing your content, right? And they probably aren't taking a class like this where they're like, gosh, I want to be really proactive and I want to make sure that I'm talking to Daniel or seeing what he's doing or Michael or Jen, right? So what I do, and we do this every month, is you make a list of 25 names. And so for this month, we have the list of July 25. So you go July 25 on top of your paper, 25 names. Now, these 25 names are people who you are friends with, who you want to connect with, but you haven't seen, you don't know what's happening in their world. So I want you thinking like either top 25 referral partners you want to be in business with, or 25 people who you haven't connected with in a long time and you want to just see what's going on. Just because they might not have the direct referral, someone they know sure as heck might. And so what I like to do is I write down my 25 names, and then this is the rule. 5 minutes before you make a post, you comment on 5 people's post, a comment of 5 words or more. So 5 minutes before you make a post, you comment on 5 people's post, a comment of 5 words or more. And what this is going to do is it's going to hit that algorithm something fierce, you guys. And what's really, really cool is you're going to start to see in those 5 people, they're part of your list of your 25, right? What starts to happen that's super neat is you're going to see your comments go up. You're going to see your story views go up. You're going to see your likes go up. And then what starts to happen is you see your referral business grow. You see actual referrals coming through social media because people are connecting with you. Your goal is to meet these people online, but the magic happens when you take it offline. So we're all connecting here, right? I would hope after this, we would connect through social media, friend, like, whatever, right? Or YouTube or any of that jazz. And then at some point, you're going to have a question or you're going to want to know something and you're going to send me a private message and maybe we do a phone call or whatever it looks like. That's when the magic happens, because right now I'm just a person on a screen. You'll see my social media, but there's going to be something I say that you're like, this interests me or this engages me or I have a question or I want to know more. That's when the relationship starts to be built. And so I want to encourage you to like really embrace who you are. It was funny because I have a coaching course, right? And what happens is I had a girl in my course and she was like, we have a mastermind group. And she said, oh my gosh, the rule of 555 seriously works. I'm seeing people I haven't talked to in years. I just got my first referral. I'm so excited. Like this really works. But to be honest with you, it's a little bit overwhelming. She's like, I've never had so many comments or engagement on my posts. Like, what do I do? And I was like, this is good. Like, this is the point of social media, is to have interaction. So what you do is once you start to build your business through social, you're literally time blocking for lead gen with social media. You're time blocking for lead gen. Okay. Julie said, so 5 minutes before you post. Okay. Yeah. So the rule is 5 minutes before you make a post, you comment on 5 people's post, a comment of 5 words or more. Thank you, Danny. All right. We are going to move on. So Amber, I'm sure that you either have gotten the email or you will, but at the end of this class, if you can send over the roster of your office, we're going to send them a bunch of goodies, things we talked about today. Obviously this calendar that we do, like a lot of different YouTube links and stuff I have for like best door knocking tips. We send you guys a bunch of good stuff. If you cannot wait for it, you can send an email at the bottom. You see the goods at racheladamsleegroup.com. So I'm going to send you a lot of the good stuff. So like, don't stress about like trying to take screenshots or any of that unless you're posting it on social. So, I love Keller Williams. And one of the things I love about them is we have eEdge, right? We have our 33 touch drip campaign, but my favorite thing about it is that the thing is editable, because if you're anything like me, you wake up in the morning and when you look at your phone and you're checking your email, like I literally go delete, 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 delete. I don't even open it. I see who it's from and I know it's deletable. I don't need to read it. The problem is most of us realtors, we're totally deletable. So how can you make yourself stand out? So my real estate team and I sat down and I had this conversation with them and I was like, I don't want us, I want our open rate to increase. I want to help us all build these businesses. So how can we come up with content 33 times throughout the year that people want? And I will tell you what's really cool now is when I receive referrals, like referrals from past clients, they're like, oh my gosh, you have to work with Rachel. She's an awesome realtor, but even better than that, she does super cool stuff throughout the year. So like, you'll want to hear from her. And I love that because I want to be the realtor that people want to hear from versus like, oh God, what's she doing now? Like the 5 ways to get your house ready to sell for springtime. Like they don't need it. They don't need it. If they want to sell, they're going to be reaching out to you because you're a super awesome realtor, because I know you are. So I'm going to walk through a couple examples with you guys of some higher producing posts that we've done and content pieces and hopes that it can inspire you. And I'm a huge fan of what I call R&D, which is rip off and duplicate. If I do something and you want it or you're interested in it, let me know. And you got it. Like, I'm super happy to share. I love to be tagged in stuff that you've learned from me, just because I want to know that something I'm doing is like inspiring you. Sorry if you guys can hear my kiddo. I hear him outside right now. We turned our formal living room into an office during the pandemic. So we put like double doors on it, but I feel like I need to have like sound barriers all around because 23 months old, they're loud. All right. So obviously you guys know I'm in California, and when the pandemic hit, we got real shut down. They're actually doing a mask mandate in part of California right now again. And things got a little intense. So everything shut down big time. And so I wanted to make sure that when I was doing my database campaign, I didn't just like stop. Like, I know everything's shut down, but I was like, I still have to be the person who's in front of my people and adding value. So I wanted to be the local expert. So I looked up where local camping locations, and I created some posts about it. And now I will tell you that everything you see, we will post it. We'll put it in our stories, we'll text it to our database, and we will also email it out. I will say by far the highest responded to for us is going to be text, just because like it's fast, it's immediate, your clients get it. 4th of July fireworks is a big one for us. We always, again, you want to be that local expert. And what I like to do with pieces like this is post it in local Facebook groups and even like moms groups where there's that huge audience, and these have the opportunity to go viral. And again, you'll notice fonts are going to be consistent. Headshot is consistent. Branding is consistent across the board. This one's really fun. So I don't know if anyone's ever done this, but we like to rent out movie theaters. We only do it once a year. We rent out a movie theater, and this is a copy of the ad. We only text message this one out. So we text message this ad out, this little like invite, right? And what we did is we did the premiere of Toy Story 4. It was you and your family could come. So I basically gave my agents the amount of tickets in relation to how many houses they sold. It wasn't like 1 for 1, but it was pretty close, right? And then what I did is they got a ticket, a small drink, and a small popcorn per person. And it was really fun. We did like a step and repeat banner so they could take their photo outside with our logo behind them. We had a raffle. We just got like little caricatures on Amazon of Toy Story 4, and it was super, super fun. We got 3 referrals from this event. It cost $1,800, but we split it with the lender. So it was $900 out of my pocket. And I don't know about you, but I would spend $900 all day long for 3 referrals. But I like to share like up and down, because I like to be really honest. The downside of doing this event was people cancel. And we had like one family who took 11 tickets and just no showed. So now what we do is we invite them. And then like 2 days before we remind them to get like an RSVP. That way, if like for some reason they can't go, we do a last minute invites. And what is really cool about it is so we don't post this one on social first, but after we post the pictures of the families and the people who came and thank them for coming. And I had a couple clients reach out to me like, what the heck? Like, why didn't I get an invite to this? This sounds so fun. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This one's our VIP client event. So this is actually our client event for people who referred us a business last year. They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, we'd love to have you. You just have to be in the VIP crew. You have to refer business as well. And you don't worry, don't have like, oh, can I say that? Don't have shame in your game, you guys. You're a freaking rock star realtor and you deserve referrals. And so I found that that's really, really helpful. We are doing another one of these. We obviously had to skip it last year because of COVID, but we're doing another one on August 13th this year. We're doing it's called Free Guy. It's the new movie with Ryan Reynolds. We're really mostly doing that because he's my celebrity crush and I was like, this is fun. But also we're doing date night. So instead of doing like a family where I have 11 people flake, we're doing date night. So it's 2 people per ticket or per invite. And I'm really, really excited about it. And I can show you guys the invite for it because I just created it. Sorry, I have like 9,000 pictures on my phone. Yeah, so like that's our invite. It's really simple. I took the same template. I just changed out the picture and changed out the font to like match the photo. But I'm really excited about it because I love date night. It's really important. And so like my wording when I invite people, I drop always a bunch of emojis, but I'm like, you deserve some quality time, especially in the crazy times we're living in. So I want to be the person to bring that, opportunity to you. Like, again, it's more about than just selling houses. Where to see Christmas lights, holiday lights. That's a really good one. New Year's Eve locations. I like to do that one because I can tag local businesses. And again, on social, your goal is always to build interaction. So if I tag a local business, they're much more likely to share my content. And then I'm not only in front of my audience, I'm in front of theirs as well. If you only do one of these, do this one where kids eat free. Anybody who has kids know that you're always super stoked if you get free food for them because they eat way more than you do. It's crazy. I'm like, how does a tiny person eat so much food? But I Google it where kids eat free and you can do it in your same place. And it's super, super helpful. I have clients that will like print this out and put it on their refrigerator. Again, this one went viral for us. So I always like to share it. And then all of these things that I'm creating, this whole presentation, as well as all my graphics, they're always made on Canva. I put that in the comments, Canva. I do have a marketing gal who creates all this stuff for me. If you guys are interested in her information, I'm happy to share her with you. I don't make anything from it, but I like helping other people build their business. So if you're interested in any of that, she has like 12 touch campaigns she can do, 33, whatever you need. And then I also, this is a really fun one. We always do this one in October. Yep. Gabriella loves Canva. It's the best. It's like $12.95 a month, I think, for like the upgraded version. It's really awesome. Family Day in the Park. This one's super fun. We hire a photographer. We have a 3-hour event. We always do it in a local park. Super simple setup. You have a table with a tablecloth on it. We have trifold brochures for our business, lemonade and popcorn. We have like some hula hoops and like soccer balls. There's no sign up time. We've tried sign up times and people are always late. So you do like this 3-hour event, and it's so much fun. And we like to always, our thing is like, we always like to give back. So to come get your photo taken, we give back to the local SPCA with this one. So you can either bring like a can of cat food, dog food, whatever you want to do. And then we donate to the SPCA. So we're giving back to the community. We're giving back to our clients because we're giving them photos, and the win-win with the photographer and why they don't charge you up the wazoo is you give them the roster of the families they take photos of. So super, super fun. I absolutely love it. And I highly suggest it. 5 best day trips. Again, just being the local market expert. This one is not email. This is not for social. This is email, but it's my highest responded to email. So I wanted to include it. This is called Letter from the Heart. We do it twice a year, and the platform for it is 3 personal paragraphs and 1 business paragraph, because I'm a total control freak. I always write the business paragraph for my team. And then you do 3 photos, and it's an awesome way to build connection and connect with your people. And it's our highest responded to email. And the reason for it is because it makes you real. It makes you human. I remember when I first got into real estate, I thought I had to like hide that I went on vacations. I was like, oh, I just want them to think I work all the time. They don't want you working all the time. They want you to enjoy your life. They want to know what's happening. They want to celebrate your milestones with you just as much as you're celebrating theirs. I don't have a ton of time, but I will touch on this super lightly. Lead gen doesn't have to suck. It doesn't have to be boring and take all your energy. I mean, I know that, we're told to lead generate 2 hours every single day. And while that's incredibly important, there's going to come a day where you're like, I don't want to call anyone today, Rachel. I don't want to call my database. I don't want to knock. So that happened to me, and I wanted to make a way that was really fun. So I created Mommies and Mimosas and Kids and Crafts. I am definitely known as the mimosa realtor around town, which I don't mind. And yay, Jenny loves all of this. Well, I love you guys. So I'm the mimosa realtor around town, and we basically I partnered with a local moms group. We did a 3-hour event. We had mommies in the kitchen with mimosas and snacks, kiddos with like noodle necklaces and Play-Doh. And I hired a couple people. I had 2 different nannies I hired to watch the kids, and I'm just hanging out with them, connecting. I'm not talking about real estate at all. I'm just building relationships. And at the very end, I literally stand up and I'm like, hey, ladies, I want to thank you so much for coming to Mommies and Mimosas and Kids and Crafts. And they're like, woohoo, right? Little loose because of mimosa. And I said, I just wanted to thank you for coming because I felt like you deserved a break. I also wanted to let you know I'm your local real estate expert. If you're looking at selling your house, my gosh, houses are going for way more than people thought. And I'd love to help you find out how much your house is worth today. No pressure. If you're looking at purchasing, interest rates are super low. And even in a competitive market, we're helping people get their dream home every week. And I'd love to find out what that looks like for you. And if you're thinking if you're renting right now, you might be able to own your own home for less than you're paying someone else's mortgage. No pressure, but I'll be around. That event cost me $349. And I did 2.5 million in production from it. 2.5 million. And I was like, dang, like this is good. And I don't know your guys' average price point, but in Sacramento, the average price point is $262. My personal is closer to like 500-ish. But that's still 2.5 million, like that all day long, right? So from Mommies and Mimosas came Easter Bunny Mimosas and Santa and Mimosas, thus being the mimosa realtor around town. But again, it's just about finding something that's like your voice, someone else in my coaching group does cocktails and crayons. I'm like, you do you, like whatever makes sense for you, go for it. You could do like Guinness and cigars, like, I don't know, like whatever, if you're a guy, like just something that makes you feel like you've got your niche. Just as important as doing it is evidence of success, showing that you're the kind of person who does what you say you'll do. Like 99% of realtors don't do it. So the fact that there is 33 of you here right now means that you're the 33 that are committed to continuing your education, growing, learning more. So I definitely think you're the people that are going to show your evidence of success. All right. So think about how when you go on social media, I want you to get referrals from agents around the country. And what happens all the time is like you go in those Facebook groups and someone's like, hey, who do you know in Tampa? And the same person's tagged over and over and over and over. And you're like, oh, I'm such a good realtor. Like, give me a shot. But there's like a fan club, right? So I want you to be proactive. I want you to create something like this. I did this through Canva. I took a layout of California. I highlighted the areas that I serve. It's clearly branded, logo, my whole vibe, right? And my goal is when someone says, hey, who do you know in Sacramento or Roseville or El Dorado Hills, where I live right now? People are like, oh my gosh, you've got to use Rachel. And then when I see it and I'm tagged, what I do then is I send this as a private message to that person who's referring the business. And I also post it in that chat thread. You're going to stand out. Your goal is to stand out from everybody else. And I'm telling you, no one's going to have this. No one is going to have this. And when I teach a class like this, very few people actually do it. I love the ones who do it and who send it to me are like, what do you think? I'm like, heck yes. It's important. It's really important. We just, in our coaching group, we just had someone who posted it and got her very first referral. And she was like, there was like 15 people tagged and I wasn't even tagged, but I reached out to them and I shared my graphic and I impressed them. And I said, well, think about it. Like if we say you are a listing agent and you get an offer submitted, there's always like missed initials or a signature or something that they didn't do correctly. And then you're like, this is my first impression of working with them. You guys, this can be their first impression of working with you. And I don't know about you, but if I receive this, I'd be like, dang, Jennifer Anderson, you're the person I want to work with. Like, look at you, right? It's like, this is the vibe. Jennifer and Jennifer, there's like two of Jennifer and Jenny are all in a row in the chat box. It's like triple power. Okay. So last thing I want to share with you, because I know we're sort of short on time, is the power of storytelling. So most people, they will go, oh my gosh, I look at this incredible Zillow review I just got for my client, hashtag love my career, hashtag love what I do. And you might get a couple likes on it. Your mom's going to like it. Your friend's going to like it, right? A couple other realtors. But for most people, their real estate posts are some of their lowest producing posts that they get, right? Like and you're like, oh, what am I doing wrong? You're not really doing anything wrong. It's just people don't get super excited about your career like you do. So I want to share with you the power of storytelling. So this is a picture of my in-laws. And I always like to make people jump when we close on their house. And it was really funny because they're both in their 70s. And I'm like, okay, you guys, we're going to jump. I'm like, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, okay, Mama, you're still standing. You have to like lift your feet off the ground. You just like, you have to jump. She's like, okay. I'm like, 1, 2, 3. Nothing. I'm like, okay. So like 50 tries later, we got this photo. And I want to share this post with you guys. So this says, oh, you guys, this one is so personal to me. My in-laws just closed on their dream home. About 3 months ago, I sat down at a table with both of them and we went over their list of their perfect home. They called it the 15 must-haves in our forever home. We made a game plan and we went on our way. A little over a month ago, my sweet mother-in-law, Lori Lee, calls me when we're in Texas at Mega Camp. Lori, hi, sweetie. How are you? Me, I'm good, Mama. How are you? Lori, oh, well, I'm good. I'm great. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm scared. Me, oh my gosh, Mama, what's going on? Lori, I found my dream home, our forever home, and I want to raise your unborn babies that I wasn't pregnant with yet in this home and build memories. It hits all my 15 points, all 15, and I love it so much. Me, oh wow, okay, well, let me call the agent and get the scoop and let's get it. No pressure, right? I'm so excited to share that we've closed on Lori and Clayton's forever home and we can't wait to fill it with lots of memories, love, and grandbabies. Please help me congratulate them. We did it. So on a real estate post, 345 people liking it, 84 comments, and this was before I responded to anybody. Now, I was very intentional about my message behind this, right? Super duper intentional. And my reason for this is I knew who I wanted. I wanted to target forever home people, and you don't get the business you don't ask for. So you see me at the bottom, say, please help me congratulate them. I literally am, that's my way of hitting the algorithm. When you have 345 people commenting, liking, the algorithm is like, holy heck, what is she doing? She's doing something right. Let's give her more eyes. Let's give her more eyes. And what is really cool is we got 4 referrals from this one. 3 of them were people purchasing their forever home. And one of them, because I was very intentional, like forever home, one of them was someone who needed to sell in order to purchase. And so that was fantastic for me because I got 2 sides on that one, right? So storytelling is huge because have you ever heard that saying, like people might forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel? This is the deal. I want people to feel something from you. So I want to share one more example, and then we're going to jump into the next section. Okay, so obviously, you know my jumps. That's what I make everybody do. I'm sorry, I need to move the little box. Okay, meet Heather and Steve. Every home sale is special to me. I get the honor of helping people make one of the biggest financial decisions they'll ever make in their life. Take a look at the pure joy in the faces below. I got to help a friend who I've known for many years buy their dream home, and it was extra special, so I want to share their story. For the last 7 years and 8 months, Heather, Steve, and their family of 5 rented a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home. It was 1,325 square feet. It's safe to say that they were busting at the seams and also sick of having a landlord dictate all their decisions. To support their family, pay off debt, and save for their dream home, they worked hard. At one point between the two of them, they each had full-time jobs, a side business in video marketing, and drove for Lyft. Safe to say they were exhausted and burning the candle at both ends. They desperately wanted their own home, their own space, a place to call their own and make new memories with their family. When they called me, they told me their dream felt out of reach, that they didn't know if they could qualify yet. They didn't know if they'd saved what they needed. But that's where I come in. We sat down, we looked at the numbers, we talked about all the features of their perfect dream home. We set up a custom portal and we got to work. We knew we were in a super competitive market, but they also knew that I would fight for them. And then we found it, the perfect home. In a crazy multiple offer market, we got their offer accepted on their dream home. The closing costs, they were higher than hoped, yet we were able to negotiate a $12,000 credit for them. I'm so excited to share that Heather, Steve, and their 3 kiddos are proud owners of a beautiful home in West Sacramento. Please help me congratulate them. Their trust in me and the Rachel Adams Lee Group meant the world. Helping them all along this journey meant even more. Giving them the keys that made us all cry. Where there's a will, there's a way, my friends. If you're thinking of buying or selling, it doesn't have to be stressful and frustrating. It can be fun, educational, and exciting. And in case that person is you, I happen to know a great realtor. Now, clearly I'm a little wordy, but that's my vibe and I don't apologize for it. But what I can tell you is this situation, I did this post. First off, I wanted to shout them out from the rooftops because I was so proud of them. I did make sure that I got their permission because this was a lot of like very personal things. And so I actually sent her the post ahead of time to get her like green light on it. And she was like, actually, we've been renting for 8 months and like that kind of a thing, but she was super excited. And the second thing is I wanted to give hope to anyone who is currently renting that they could have this life, right? Like that they deserved homeownership. And I want to be the person to help them find that path. And the neat thing was like within 3 minutes of posting this, you guys, I had someone reach out to me who I've known for 10 years. I only know her through social media. We used the same photographer 10 years ago. And she reached out to me and she said, Rachel, oh my gosh, I absolutely would love to talk to you. In 10 years, my husband and I want to buy a ranch property and build a farm. And I was like, awesome, girl, I got you. She goes, so the problem is our dream home just came on the market. I was like, okay, great. I was like, I'd love to help you with that. So she was like, I don't know if we can afford it. I'm pretty sure we can't, but I want to reach out to you because you said that Heather and Steve couldn't, and you made it happen for them. So guess what? 6 weeks later, they got to close on their 20-acre home. It's now filled with animals. She's so sweet. She takes in like all kinds of crazy strays and stuff, which I love because like following her is really fun. But I then got to share her story. My point of sharing this with you is these community referrals are my absolute favorite. Yes, and it shows other realtors you're doing what you say you do. You're a great agent, but people love to feel something. And when you're doing something like this, you give them that opportunity. All right, we are getting close to the end of this. Where you guys can hang out with me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I also have a podcast called Sold on This Life. But if you guys send a friend request or follow, I'd love to connect with you after this. On YouTube, if you connect with me on YouTube, click that subscribe button for me. About twice a month, I put out a new video. I like to do free coaching all the time. I'm super duper passionate about it. And quickly, I'm going to share with you guys the opportunity that I have for you. And if we have any time for Q&A at the end, I will address it. But so if you got any value out of today, or you're like, I kind of like her ideas, or maybe she's my vibe. I'm a coach and I have a coaching program called Hello Social, and it's a social media masterclass for realtors. So what you got out of today is a 45-minute class and an 8-week session. So it's 8 weeks. You have 6 months to absorb the content. You get a workbook with each session. You can see the course overview right here. It's normally $1,000. You guys get it for $697, which you know is an eensy-teensy part of a commission check. And because you're part of this course today, I'm going to give you a special discount code. So cute. Jenny's like, do you coach? She's my transition queen. Okay, so yeah, I love coaching. And my favorite part about it is I do live coaching. So every Wednesday, like literally tomorrow, I just posted in the mastermind group. I have a private Facebook mastermind group and I do live coaching in there the first and third Wednesday of every month. So whether you're like, I got my first luxury listing, what do I do? Or how do I launch a team? Or I have a question on social, like it's open coaching. And we have people all over the country. So it also becomes your personal referral network. Super, super fun. I posted the link on your guys' page. I'm going to share a little more with you about it and get on your way.
Hi there, my name is Rachel Adams Lee, and this is Hello Social. You know, when I started in the real estate industry, things looked really different. I mean, I was door knocking 200 doors and doing 3 open houses every single week. And while it took a lot out of me, results happened. I hit top 1,000 agents in the country for the Wall Street Journal in just 3 years. But you know what I realized? There was a better way. With door knocking, you can talk to one person at a time. But with social media, you can talk to thousands simply with the click of a mouse. And so I fell in love with social media. I was building relationships, making connections. I mean, the impact it had on my business was incredible. But with social media, I just felt like there was all this pressure. I felt like I had to be everything to everyone all the time. My life had to look perfect. But reality is, people work with people they like, and they like you, and they liked me. I just had to figure out what my message was going to be and be true to myself. So I decided to get really intentional about my social media. I decided to build a business model around it. And you know what was amazing? It went from 17 referrals to 50 to 123. I mean, imagine what could happen to your business if you added 123 new referrals. I now run 4 different 6-figure businesses, and all of them built through social media. And everybody always asks, Rachel, how did you do this? And now I get to share all of these secrets with you. So I've poured everything that I've learned and all of my learning experiences into this 8-week course for you. There's going to be pre-recorded webinars that you get to watch at your pace, a workbook that you download, and we even have an exclusive mastermind group where you get to do one-on-one coaching with me. Social media algorithms are always changing, and you have to stay ahead of the curve. And in this course, I'm going to help you do exactly that. I'm going to teach you how to post, what to post, who your target audience is, and most importantly, what they're looking for. It's about taking that new friend and turning them into a client or your next referral partner. I'm going to share my favorite social apps, what hashtags can build your following, and even how to edit your photos. I'm going to give you a content calendar, help you avoid common mistakes, and build the business of your dreams. There's so many different social media platforms, so how do you know which to really focus on? In this course, we're going to be doing deep dives into Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, this little buddy right here, it can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. So one thing I can't leave out is I'm going to teach you how to set boundaries around your cell phone so that you not only are building this big business, but you can enjoy your life too. I get it. Social media can be intimidating, but when you lock arms with me and commit to building your business the right way, I will give you all the tools and we are going to have so much fun. So if you're ready to get equipped, motivated, and inspired, then Hello Social is here for you. Let's do this.
All right, you guys. Oh my gosh, I can see all your cute faces now that I'm off my presentation. Thank you so, so much for hanging with me today. I appreciate you. I love that you guys got so much out of this. You were such a fun group. I cannot imagine my next group is going to be more fun than you. But I appreciate all your interaction and your questions. And the coaching group is open, you guys. It's so much fun. So if this is kind of, if I'm your style, there's lots more where this came from, and this will end up being like your work family. And it's just such a blast. Stay connected with me on social. I'm so happy I got to connect with you. Tell your team leader what you thought of this. Send them a message because it's more likely that I'll be able to actually come out and do this in person next time. All right, everybody. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.
Here, Rachel. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Bye.